Yo, what's up, guys? Uh, Please let me know if the stream is working. Let me know if the stream is working. All right, I see it. Thanks for telling me. So I guess we're just gonna wait a few minutes, and once it hits maintenance time, it might take a few more minutes for our data miners to get the actual info out. So I guess in the meantime, it's time to look at chat. I see a lot of people that I recognize. It's good. I see Static, Nick. And I also see some new faces here, which is always great to see. Welcome, guys. Ooh, Zeno's here too from Server 8. Hi, welcome to the stream. Welcome, guys. Also, as you can see, the main chord has a lot of people here too. Predictions. I was thinking a similar Shadow Bind Jutsu to Shikamaru's, so it would have the status effect, because it's just kind of weird for one unit to have their own status effect, I guess. And probably a T unit, and probably having some kind of attack support. I just don't want it to be like exactly Shikamaru, but I don't want like a power creep Shikamaru. So I hope they do something new, but considering who it is, probably going to be similar. Yeah, AoE Shadowbind would be awesome. Especially if they have power, well, they will have it, but power creep numbers on the AoE Shadowbind would be really good. Static, yeah, he's in the main court. He's like a moderator, and he also teaches team building. MRN is going to be here. Well, actually, like he's not in the stream, but he might be in the server doing live, like the data mining. Tribe specials, probably with Shikamaru and maybe Tamari, maybe with some of the Boruto characters. Okay, maintenance should be starting. Yeah, him and Boruto should have one, in theory. How old am I? 18. But you see, either way, I'm going to be pulling for this unit, even if he's very bad. I highly doubt he'll be very bad, but I need to get it. Oh, nice. I see AJ's here. And he's going to pull him in 3 multis minimum or maximum. How many Shino coins will I spend? Probably 15k. It's all I can get at this point. I have very bad luck recently. Who will be in the summer? Who will be in the summons with him? It will be Shikamaru SR and Shikadai. So I guess if you don't have a 7-star Shikamaru, you should be able to get it. And that's always good for you because he's useful for PvE content. I sound young and old at the same time. That is a good way to put it. AJ, for a Juzu prediction, people were predicting AoE Shadowbind, but I was thinking just single target. Either way, I think the agreement is on some Shadowbind effect again. At least they can actually reuse the keyword for once. For Abyss, we don't know 100%, but if Shikamaru is in the summon, then it's probably Tamari in the Abyss. And a lot of people don't have her 7-star either, so I guess that's not completely useless, but she's not used that often. Yep, I grinded Shika to 7-star a long time ago, and I've been using him a lot, so summoning him will not be any use. Tamari, because she's his mom, yeah. Yeah, people aren't really going to use Tamari. But she's not the worst unit. She's still usable sometimes. 1010 is Shikadai's mom. I thought 1010 and Lee were like secretly married somehow, or suggested to be married. Yeah, it makes sense too, because it's metal Lee, so I guess 1010 like uses metal with her weapons and stuff. Yeah, Boruto cheated during that fight. I wish he didn't do that because Shikadai should have won that 100%. He's just better, bro. They could do a family tribe, yep, with Shikamaru and Tamari. I'm going to upgrade her for sure then, if it's actually decent, because my Shikamaru is cracked. Okay, so I think we should be getting it within 5 minutes. They're probably just gathering the code from the game and then typing it down. Help my team in team building. You should join the team building school. Just go to like my videos and you can go into the description and have the link. Or you can just DM me on Discord and I'll send you an invite. Oh, looks like we have things already. Yep, there you go. They just typed it down. So T unit, what a surprise. Everyone expected this. So we're all really smart, guys. Okay. Playmaker of Team 10. I like that tag. Young Brain of the Hidden Leaf. Cool. Shadow Bind Jutsu, single target. See, I told you guys. I know my favorite characters very well. So it has the fixed chance to shadow bind them. So basically just a single target stun. That looks cooler. And it lowers their damage reduction rate for the rest of the battle. Boosts all allies' critical rate and guard suppression rate for 1 turn. And boosts own status effect rate for the rest of the battle. So this is very interesting. It has 2 permanent buffs. I like the permanent damage reduction rate buff, especially for PvE, because the target is more likely to survive more turns for you to benefit off of the damage reduction rate decrease. My bad. It's a debuff, not a buff. And then he can boost his status effect rate permanently also. So that just kind of stacks up. And he can have a better chance to stun enemies. So that's pretty useful for all modes. And boosting critical rate and guard suppression rate is good for even if it's for 1 turn, because guard suppression rate is not too common effect-wise. So having a unit that can boost their allies' guard suppression rate is unique, and that makes him usable. Let's see, his skill 2, we have deals damage to 1 enemy and lowers their damage reduction rate for the rest of the battle. So yeah, that's fine too, because that's usable in PvE. I'll have to check the numbers later, and they should be getting typed up soon. Okay, so for skill 4, this is very important. He lowers all enemies' damage reduction rate and guard rate for 5 turns, starting at the beginning of the battle. So actually, this is pretty insane, because it's just like he doesn't need to be in rotation. It just applies right at the start of the battle, just to give you those early game advantages. And that matters because, let's say in PvP, like just because of how rotations work in this game, getting those early game kills is really useful. So that's pretty cool. Just being able to reduce your enemy's defensive stats and then get those early game picks is pretty great. And this is useful for like PvE also. Like for FG, there's only 5 turns, so you basically just get this benefit right at the beginning. That's really cool. You don't even have to put them in the first cell. And then for Abyss, it'll probably last more than 5 turns, but I can still see this being used. For his limit break, he increases his own chakra when he's active at the start of the turn. So that's useful as well, because it just helps him jutsu more. Nobody will ever not benefit from getting more chakra, right? And vitality, I'm glad they didn't give him like they didn't give him like a bad vitality, but this is probably like in the middle, I guess. It goes basically gain chakra at the start of each turn after the second turn. And I guess alongside his limit break effect, I don't know the exact calculations, but he'll be getting a good amount of chakra, so he can jutsu quite often. Should be able to jutsu every rotation. And everyone uses Sai, so I'm taking that into account. And I think this is actually pretty solid overall, so that's a good sign. And I'm glad they didn't shaft this guy just because, he's not the most popular character overall in Boruto and such, but he's popular for some people like me. Now we can take a look at the numbers specifically. So skill 2 numbers, the damage reduction rate decreased by 25% for just like a skill 2 attack is actually pretty big because it's permanent. So that's pretty useful. And let's see, the chance to shadow bind is 35%. So every time he jutsus, he'll be boosting that by 3.5%. So eventually this just like can get pretty insane and you'll be getting a lot of those good stuns off. For let's see, the damage reduction rate, permanent debuff, it's 35%, which is even more than the skill 2. So that's actually a lot of debuff on the enemy. And that's pretty heavy, so it can really mess up the enemy's defense. Now, for the critical rate boost, it's actually 40%, which is also a really high amount. And the guard suppression rate is 35% as well. So these numbers are actually really good. They were higher than I expected for sure, just reading off of the skills itself without looking at the numbers. So I like where this is going. The damage reduction rate decrease over 5 turns is 12%. So that's pretty solid for just being like a passive decrease. And then the guard rate decrease for 5 turns is 20% passively, which is also pretty nuts. And his chakra gain is 1800, which is also like a good amount of chakra. Now, calculations can be done. I'll probably do those later after I pull this guy, if I can. And I would say that this is actually a really useful unit for PvE, but you can definitely put him in PvP also, and he'll do just fine. Is my thought. And yeah, like some people are talking about FG, ATB. Yeah, he'll definitely be good for that kind of stuff. Let's take a look at this jutsu art. I like where this is going, but it's kind of weird that we're like looking through like someone's legs. I don't know. I kind of just wish it was just like the shadow crawling, but like not with these 2 legs. I'm assuming this is the opponent's legs. I don't really know, but I like this jutsu art overall. For his like actual unit art, which was released earlier, I think it's pretty decent, but it could have been much better, is what I think. Luckily, even though his unit art kind of got shafted, his kit did not get shafted, and it really does fit the theme of this character because he plans beforehand instead of just going into the battle. So that's why he can like debuff the enemy right away. So it's on theme, it's on brand. For the links, let's see how easy they are to get. So we have Shikadai, Shikamaru, and Tamari. So that's easy attack link, guys. So that's basically guaranteed. Shikamaru Boruto, I think this is SR Boruto, and is this UR Narukage D unit? I think. So this one should be pretty easy also, just because they gave away so many Narukage frags, like for the anniversary, that you can just get his link easy peasy. For his HP link, we have him, Sarda. So this is the A unit, UR, I think. And that's not going to be as easy, but the HP link shouldn't be too big of a deal if you don't have it. But I think this is that specific Sarda. And then Sasuke Uchiha, that does not specify which Sasuke it is. And there's like so many of them at this point. So I don't know which Sasuke this is, but I'm assuming overall that the HP link is the hardest one to get for this. But hey, easy attack and defense link, pretty important, honestly. I don't really like links in this game at all, but it's important. Now let's take a look back at the chat. Yeah, so a lot of people are agreeing with what I said earlier. I think in my prediction video specifically, I said that he was going to do single target shadow bind, and then his trait would be debuffing. So I don't know. I think I kind of hit that on the mark, and that means I should pull him right away, guys. That's pretty much what it means. I basically just designed the unit myself. I just sent it over to Bandai. You know, Now that we have some time and everyone is taking a look at the kit, I don't know if, yeah, I can turn the vitality up to level 20 using this website. If you guys don't know, this is the database, so it just has like info on every unit and such. And this is the same vitality that Shikadai has. So if I turn it to level 20, 1000 chakra at the start of each turn after the second turn. And then add on to that 1800 from Limit Break 2. So it's pretty decent gain. It's over 25%. It's not going to be like anything crazy like the insta jutsu stuff, but I think even if he doesn't jutsu, if he hits the skill 2, it still like has a really big effect. But yeah, maybe I'm slightly biased. I don't know. You're right. Yeah, the jutsu is not going to be like very early. It's probably going to be turn 3. And also for people who are wondering if you should pull or not, I did kind of hype the character up, but that does not necessarily mean you need a pull, because a team only considers 9 unit, or like only consists of 9 units. So if you have characters that you think can just do similar jobs, do the job better, that are already fully upgraded and stuff, there's not really like a big reason to pull for this character. If you remember, like the must pull units, we have KCM, right? Because he's just so good for everything, and he just combines so many good aspects from other units into one. So some unit like that is a must pull, right? And if you think about the last unit as well, the Nagato, who had all of those buffs and stuff, like every single turn you were faster, you're just getting those buffs. He gets arguably maybe even more impactful than Shikadai could be. And he also like has instajutsu and stuff, etc. And like the whole idea of summoning versus skipping, you can't really say one or the other for everybody. It just depends on what units you have and what units you don't have, because we're all missing units. We all don't have the same units, right? Here are the frames. I'm getting the Shikamaru Rainbow frame, right? Like that's kind of the thing. I've been working for this and saving a lot. Shikadai, I'm going to go for his frame if I can pull him. And I like that they have the Shogi chess piece, or the Shogi piece, as his like icon tool on the frame. And then the Sand Siblings, except this time it's not Yorgara. So these are all pretty good frames. Like everyone has Kankuro like 7 stars from all the item summons from earlier. So we'll see. Like if you guys like the frame, I think he looks alright in the frame. So the Tigara frame looks pretty nice. So does Tamari's. Pretty good frames overall. Okay, why does May not give burn damage? That's a really good point. She definitely should have. It literally says lava style on it, so you know we have to get that. Like it just doesn't make sense for lava to not burn people. And for Boruto characters, I'm also glad they're adding Boruto characters that are not Boruto or Sasuke because we have so many of those. I would like some Boruto villains as soon as possible because I feel like they could have interesting abilities. The Otsutsuki have like transformations. They have like weapon creation and like their own like energy as well. So lots of cool stuff going on. And yeah, I think that's about it. I don't really think there's much else to stream here. I don't want to take up people's time. So if you guys don't have anything else, I will be closing the stream soon. And this was kind of like a test stream also because I don't do live streams usually. So I might have to like improve some stuff for next time. And starting like the next maintenance, we should be doing live streams with more people as well. So it's just not me talking into like a screen, kind of like a podcast style. And I'll be getting some team building school staff and such to join the streams so we can have more of a conversation live instead of like one new unit banners. Yeah, so I think they're just going to shift permanently to doing one new unit per banner now because it's probably just not sustainable for them to just make 2 units every time. Like they're a big company, they have other stuff to do, and Tribe's probably not like giving them a good return if they're just doing 2 units. So they're just gonna move to one. It's pretty annoying. Any update on the tribes? Doesn't look like it so far. They're probably gonna. Well, I guess if they had tribes, they would just put it here already. So it's a little strange. The tribe code should be in the game already. No new unit in the shop. Well, that sucks, and it's unlucky. Next banner should be reanimated Itachi. See, I'm pretty excited about that if they were actually doing that. Even though it would be painful because it's a single unit. No new tribe special as we can see here, guys. So that's definitely a no. And it's just bad because it just feels like Bandai is losing motivation or something, losing staff on this game. Like they've just been producing less and less every update. So yeah, don't be excited about the new unit because there is no new unit in the shop anyways. I guess this overall, like taking this from the perspective of a non-Shikamaru simp, probably a big disappointment. If you guys are not a fan of the unit, you can probably just go just maybe not even do Abyss. Depends on who's in Abyss, I guess. Yeah, like recently, since I haven't been pulling the new units, I just done Abyss on day one and got as far as I could, and then just kind of been collecting the rewards every day, but not really going forward. So yeah, I feel like Bandai are gonna shut this game down. I feel like it might be inevitable, but I don't think it's going to be that soon because they're definitely keeping the game going because they can make a return on like the resources they put into making the game. So when that return disappears, then they're just going to shut it down. Just how these games end up. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else to cover because we don't have any tribes or anything. So I think I already gave my opinions on everything, and hope you guys enjoyed the stream.